What's going on everyone, my name's Jay and welcome back to the Game of Things channel, and today we're going to be taking a tour of my forever world. Now, we did only start this world literally only about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, and we've already built quite a bit as you can see, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. So first up, we have our home. Now this is the very first thing that we built, and it has been where we've lived the entire time this world has existed, and this entire world has been built around this little home right here. On the inside, as you can see, we got a couple chests up on the roof. They're mostly filled with just crap. And on the inside here, we have a lot of decoration, including crafting tables and statues, even a skeleton with a candle on its head. And we also have a couple mob heads around, one right here, and of course one over here, and it's a little laggy because there is a lot of animals around, which we'll get to in a second. But now up on the second floor where the beds are, we have a lot more plushies, including these little squids that change right here, a little creeper, a spider, and a zombie. We've got some lava lamps, and we've got a skeleton, a sheep, a frog, and an axolotl over here. And finally, moving up here, we have our chest and our original storage, which then leads out to our balcony, which gives us this pretty nice view of our world, as well as down into our farm, which we will be going to next. So here is our original farm, and as you can see, we got some sheep. These ain't sheep. We got some pigs here, and we've also got a whole load of carrots growing, and a missing link in the fence. That's probably not good. We also have chickens and a donkey here, as well as our iron golem. He's just chilling. Some bamboo which hasn't been chopped in a very long time. And of course some cows. Then we can just come through here and then close the door, which then leads us to our chest room, which is right here. It's nothing really too interesting in here, it's just in the shape of a chest, and there is a buttload of chests in here, and at the very top we have some armor stands and even more chests with and then coming out of our chest room we have our mine, which is right here, which leads to quite an interesting place. So let's hop on our minecart and go on down. Okay, so this is our mine right here, and as you can see, it's not too big because of course it goes down way deeper, because I realized that you couldn't mine diamonds at Y11, is it? I don't know, I can't remember the coordinates properly. But then over here we have our very own zoo. Now I'm keeping away from this because this is kind of loud. There's a lot of armadillos in there at the minute, which are just kind of being poked around because you can get XP from them. But yeah, we do have a pet zombie whose name is Brian. That's how he's got those nice white eyes, looking like Hero Brian. And then over here we have a disco slime. And then we have a chicken jockey. This ain't a proper chicken jockey, it's a chicken named Chicken Jockey, and if I break this, it's not going to attack me at all. So yeah, there's that. And then we have a lava chicken, and he's just chilling because, you know, lava chicken. And then probably my favourite down here, and the hardest I found to obtain, was the skeleton creeper. Look at him. Just all bony and stuff. And then over here we have Dinnerbone. Dinnerbone is our upside down zombie pigman. And he's just chilling in his little nether part there. And then we have an ally over here. And of course over here I got some iron golems, copper golems doing their little thing, and they are just sorting out some blocks. You know, doing their work, keeping them busy, doing what they do. Now would also be a good time to mention I do have the naturalists pack, as well as the actions and stuff, as well as the prisma, I do believe, shader. So yeah. Anyways, this is our enchanting room. It's not that interesting. There's just a few soul torches in here, and of course our enchantment table. Then we have our nether portal. There's nothing really too interesting in the nether, so we're not really going to bother going through it. But it looks really cool in the shader. Like, you can see reflections on it. Yeah, it's a real cool portal. And here we have some lava farms. Only the two, because I don't use lava all too much. And then we have a brewing stand, where we have a butt ton of potions. And a butt ton of stuff to make potions. And then we have our parrots in a little enclosure. Which then, all of this leads off to a bridge which goes to currently nowhere. And then coming back round the path, instead we will make our way down here. And these are just some shulker boxes with some materials in, nothing too special about those. And this here is my duplicating room, which I use to mainly duplicate stuff to build with. Like, as you can see here, we got leaves, we got sandstone, we got fences, anvils, because I needed anvils for one build. And yeah, that's my duplicating room. There's a video on how to do that if you're really interested on it. And then over here, we have the horse stable. That's Pogo, I do believe. We can't see his name tag. And then we have some doggies over here. And one skeleton dog. And then over here, we have even more dogs. Yep. Really got a collection of those, huh? And then finally, once you get past all the dogs, you can make your way this way, which is the bridge into my little village that I am currently making and expanding on pretty much daily. So once you get across the bridge here, you're given one or two options to go through, and we're currently just going to walk straight through the middle, because that's where a lot of the action is going on. So in here is where I like to breed my villagers. Unfortunately, we can't really go too far past the front door. Oh yeah, we can actually. Look at that. Yeah, this is just where all the villagers get bred, and these ones currently ain't being used, and I don't know why he's in an outfit. We can just get on back down here, and just leave them to it. And then over here, we have the library with all the trading villages and some chests just filled with some stuff. You know, as you do, and I don't know why that's like that. Yeah, that's just a library, it's nothing too interesting. Then coming up here, we do have a cartographer. Just the one cartographer, because I didn't really need it. I use the online maps that you can get for your seeds. And then up here, we have a blacksmith's. We have two of those there and some anvils and a lava pool, because why not? Now, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really work too hard on this area here, but once you start coming up here, things start getting a bit more interesting. So here is my beacon for the Ender Dragon egg. I made this just because it's a symbol to show, you know, I beat both bosses, and this is how I display it. And then coming up over here, we have the pickaxe statue. This was something I just made just because, you know, it's cool. It's Minecraft. Why wouldn't we make it? And then we have the capybara enclosure, which was made by my fiance. And there is a capybara in there, as well as a lizard and a kiwi. And we'll get to these in a minute, but for now I just want to shoot all the way over to my other place up here real quick, because it looks real good in the dark. Here we have my aquarium. Now, whilst it looks ugly on the outside, I can assure you the inside is much better, much more promising. Make sure no mobs are following me in. So, here it is. Right here, I have my tropical tank, which has a axolotl in it. It did have tropical fish, but the axolotl ate them. And it also has some jellyfish, which are cool. Then over here, we have my caves tank, where I have my octopus, and I have some little cave fish as well, just because the cave fish are cool. Who don't like a good cave fish, am I right? Then finally I just have my normal ocean tank where I have 2 salmon, 2 bass, and a platypus swimming around in there. Because who don't love platypuses, am I right? And then up here, it's nothing too special. I've got this guy floating around up here apparently. I don't know who he is or what he does, but he's up here. And yeah, you can go in the tanks if you really want to. You can have a swim with the fish. You can't really see out of the tank, but that's fine. Okay, and picking up back where we left off from the aquarium, we have our panda enclosure. Now this ain't nothing too particular, it's just got a few pandas in here. It's got a baby panda with the new baby update. You can keep them babies forever, which is great. And for some reason they all want to go that way. I don't know what's so great over there, but I guess something. And then of course right here, not trying to ignore it, is my giant axolotl vivarium. And it's just decided to start raining. Now inside of here are just tons and tons and tons of axolotls. And this thing. Yeah. And of course over here we do have Perry the platypus as well, because who doesn't need a Perry the platypus in their world? And then moving up just behind the panda cage here is of course a fox cage, but unfortunately there's only really skunks in there right now because we haven't been able to find any foxes at all. Now let's make our way down from the fox cage. Go all the way around here. Maybe even take a quick fly. Bring us all the way to the foot of this tower here. Now in here, it's nothing too particular. You have to crouch to get under the lights, because, yeah, I probably should have put torches, but it's okay. I don't really spend too much time up here anyway. But yeah, you get a pretty nice view, and this was the very first tower that I actually built. So when I built this, there was maybe only that building and all that over there. And now it's so much more, and this is probably the shortest tower in my collection as of right now. We'll just scoot on over and make our way over to the left side of the village. Over here we have a semi-incomplete farm because I got started with bigger projects by the time I got around to building this, but this will eventually have a villager in it selling farming goods. And here is his farm with a pink and a blue sheep and a few chickens. Once again, nothing too particular. And then up here we have a shulker box room. Once again, nothing too particular, just loads of pretty boxes. All holding useful stuff, from golden apples to totems to brown stuff to iron, netherite, you know, the usual stuff that you'd expect to see in a shulker room. And then if we follow our path down and around here, just go under this tree, we are brought to my castle of cats. As you can see here, there's some cats just sitting around, chilling. And then on the inside here, there ain't too much going on. I could turn all this area into farms and all that, but I haven't done that as of right now. But it could happen in the near future. And then we have storage for all my terraforming. Oh, yeah. Because this world didn't end up this flat just by pure luck. There's been a lot of digging gone into it. And moving on out of the castle, we can make our way this way, and then back up to the shulker room, where our path actually carries on then up to here, where our aquarium is. And as you can see, this is the start of another patch of farmland, as well as our aquarium. But we've already been in there, so we'll make our way around here. And as you can see here, we have a windmill. This was made by my beautiful fiance once again. Not too much going on the inside, that's not a problem though, because most of this is just made for visuals. And yeah, we just got a big old crop of land growing. And then just down here is the well that she also made to go along with the windmill. And yeah, it's pretty deep and pretty cool. And then heading back up the path here from the well, we are greeted with a big clock tower, which doesn't look too great from the ground here. And it also doesn't have too much going on the inside here, but we can take a look inside anyway. Here's the shulker boxes I needed, which were once filled with items that I needed to make this. And then just a little further up, we just got this room here, which, to be honest with you, ain't nothing too particular in it. You can climb out the window if you really want to. And just jump out. Just like that. And then finally, over here, we have our church. Now, I did make this myself, and I accidentally recorded the whole process, so I'll probably upload that at one point, just because funny. But yeah, in all seriousness, it's a very good looking church, and I am definitely happy with it. And it's just as good looking on the inside as it is on the outside. Let's take a look. As you can see, we got some nice candles up here. They are all lit, just for whatever reason the flames don't load in all the time. There you go. And we got some nice candle holders here, and we even got a bit where they say all the prayers. I don't know, I've never really been to a church in my life, so. And then up here, there's nothing too particular up here really. We can go up anyway though. Oh. Yeah, there's nothing too particular up here. It's just once again the shulker boxes I needed to make it, and yeah, a couple of windows and a couple of lights to make it really pop in the night time. And then last but certainly not least for this one, we have my little Japanese, well I say little, there's nothing little about it, but my Japanese temple. Oh, I don't know why I have so much stuff. This is my most recent build, and probably my biggest build so far. It took quite a few blocks to make. And yeah, it's pretty epic. There's absolutely nothing on the inside at the minute, like, at all. And we can shoot straight up there if I can find my fireworks. Whoop. Well, yeah, that is my Japanese temple that I made. It's a pretty sick temple if I do say so myself. And just from a further view, that's what it looks like. And then last but certainly not least, we have my ice temple, which is sat right here on top of this ice mountain. Now, unfortunately, it seems like there is a lot of mobs around, so I don't want to spend too much time on the floor. Just because I really like this mountain, and I don't want to get ruined by a creeper. But yeah, as you can see, it's a pretty cool tower. Anyways, that's just about all from me, so if you enjoyed this video then be sure to leave a thumbs up, and also subscribe because I have plans on making some more videos, and if you have any suggestions for what I should build then let me know in the comments, because as of right now I'm kinda stuck on what to build. Anyways, I'll catch you all in the next one, bye for now.